do what you love and love what you do when it comes to exercise, and you'll do it for life. It'll become part of your routine. It won't be one of these things you avoid and are always finding uncomfortable, because movement and exercise will just be something you do naturally as part of your wellness journey. So welcome back to The Peaks Life, little bite-sized chunks of wellness wisdom to power you through your day. You are Lynn Fernie.
I am indeed.
And I'm Mike Warren. Welcome everyone. Welcome those who are listening in. Now today, Lynn, we are talking about movement. Movement is one of the pillars of our wellness and one of the pillars of the Peaks Wellness Program. And I think a lot of people, unfortunately, when you mention the word exercise, it causes huge amounts of conversation, huge amounts of feedback on people. I tried exercise, I like this, dislike this. So we've called it movement because we're very much suggesting, very passionate about getting people moving as a way to support their wellness. If they're looking to lose weight, tone up, get fit, movement is key to it. But what's the difference between movement and wellness as you would explain it to someone?
Yeah, and
movement and exercise, sorry.
So we'll look at movement and exercise, but I think just reinforcing some of what you said. We spend a lot of time focusing on diet and the keto diet and the keto lifestyle keto foods and fasting. And the reason for that is many people are coming into this journey and they're at a point where they've tried everything else.
Yes.
Perhaps they're obese or they're overweight or they've got low energy, and the first thing that they come to is the way that their diet. We don't like the word diet, but it's fundamentally the way that they eat. And so we show them a different way of eating. And so we often spend our time talking through different aspects of how you eat, when to eat, what not to eat, how to eat when you're out, how to eat when you're with family and friends. But we've got to be really careful because there are really three aspects to wellness in our world. And as you said, that movement is one of them. So we really do look at the way that you eat and the keto lifestyle. That's a fundamental pillar. And if you don't get your food right, everything else can be really hard.
Yeah, that's why we spend a lot of time focusing on it, because it's a critical key, isn't it?
It's really, really critical for people. It's key to wellness. So super important topic. Another super important topic that we don't spend a lot of time talking about, but we've got some episodes coming up, would be around sleep.
Yes.
Because again, for the body to do all the amazing things that we want it to do, we need to sleep and allow it to go through its automatic processes.
And that does include weight loss, and getting the best out of the ketogenic lifestyle is sleep is important as well.
Absolutely right, 100%. So if you're not sleeping well, you're probably not going to lose weight, or at least not as much.
And a lot of people don't understand that important connection. So continue.
Very important. So then the third pillar for us is all around the mind and body. And so we look at things like, how do we optimize the mind and body? How do we wake the mind up? How do we use morning routines? How do we do things? We do things like breathing and cold exposure to get the body awake and activated. But a really important part of this second pillar is movement. And as you said, there's a big difference between movement and exercise. So when we think about exercise, most people think about the old style. I've got to go out for a 10-kilometer run, or I need to spend an hour and a half in the gym every single day, or I've got to go and beat myself up and do something that hurts or that I don't like. Whereas when we talk about movement, we are simply talking about finding all the different ways to move your body. So, from the second you get up through to the point at which you go to bed, in that however many hours that is, maybe 16 hours, how many different ways can you move during the day?
Yes.
So forget the exercise bit initially. Just, are you going to do a bit of mobility in the morning and, just get the body moving and feeling good? Are you walking to work or walking to the train station? Or are you driving all the way? Are you sitting at your desk all day? Can you stand up and take a break? Can you go for a walk around the office? Can you go for a walk around the CBD at lunchtime?
Yes.
So what are all the different ways you can incorporate movement into your day? It doesn't have to be that, the vision of the sweating athlete running on the treadmill, or the hamster running on the wheel.
Go the hamster.
We're not really talking about that. We're talking a lot in what we propose around just move, because every time you move, what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to open up the body. You're allowing yourself to move the body. You're stopping everything being stagnant. You're stopping the blood pooling in your legs. you're actually getting the body woken up and saying, hey, you know, come on, the body is meant to move, it's designed to move, it's designed to be active.
Yes.
Let's keep those processes going.
A lot of people do fear that that the piece from going from sedentary into a regular movement program, because a lot of people have had possibly a bad experience, or they may not be in the physical shape to do any vigorous movement. And so when you want to improve your wellness or get in shape and someone says you need to go and exercise or do some movement, a lot of people immediately are, oh no, someone is going to take me into a world of pain, they're going to push me, I'm going to sweat, I'm going to hurt. And so when you mention exercise as part of a wellness regime, a lot of people have a negative approach to it. So it's really important we reset that and we think of movement as a way of moving the body, and it encompasses so many different spheres, not just exercise.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, you know, as we say many times, you know, you can find lots of different ways to incorporate more vigorous movement into your day. So there's gentle types of movement, you know, it might be a little bit of stretching. There's, you know, there's things like walking. You can do gentle walking. You can do more power walking. You can go running if you love running. You can carry the shopping, you know, carry the shopping back to the car rather than using the trolley, for example.
It's a lot of opportunities.
A lot of things. And then there are all the things like, you know, if you love dancing, then go dancing.
Yes.
If you really enjoy yoga or Pilates, then do one of those. Do some kind of class.
So I think one of the first things, and I guess where we can start today, is we're suggesting that movement is critical. It's one of the pillars of wellness. It's critical to energising your mind and body. So one of the first steps is for everyone to clearly identify and understand what movement, what exercise appeals to them. Because if you say to the average person, what exercise don't you like? People go, I hate weightlifting, or I hate running, or golf bores me. Everyone knows what they don't like. But if I was to list what is my top 5 exercises, activities, movements that I enjoy, that's a really good start point. Because if I'm going to enjoy it, then I'm going to sustain it, then I'm going to get the results from it.
That's it.
If I just do a movement or an exercise that someone says you should go to the gym, you should go dancing, you should go running, and I don't enjoy it, then that's already on the back foot.
It's much harder then. It's because you're not going to have the motivation.
No, absolutely
If you absolutely hate going to the gym, but you're doing it because somebody said you should, you're probably not going to get up in the morning to go. Or,
not a chance.
You know, once you've had a busy day, you're probably not going to get to the end of the day and go to the gym. However, what we do know is there are a lot of people who are especially trying to lose weight, or they've lost weight and they want to tone up their bodies. And so there are people who are adopting gym programs, who are starting to join gyms because they want to use that form of exercise. Maybe they've got a work scheme which gets them subsidised health club membership. Or maybe they've got a friend that goes to the gym and they can go with that friend. Or it becomes a family activity, or the gym has got a creche so you can get the kids looked after.
Absolutely.
So there are lots of reasons why people do go to gyms. And then again, there's a lot of barriers. They get there, they turn up, there may be a personal trainer who puts a program together. They don't really understand what they're doing, you know, why they're doing the exercises they've been given. They may not click with that person, they may feel awkward. They may feel uncomfortable. And so I guess, you know, it'd be good if we could just talk through, if you're going to go to the gym, what sort of program could you work to? What could you put into your program just to help you with all of that body toning, bit of strengthening, get the body in good condition, you know, improve the cardiovascular system.
Right. So you've got to the gym. So let's presume you've decided that you're going to enjoy gym. You may have got results in the past and you found that it's a type of program you enjoy. You know it works for you. You know that you can fit into your lifestyle, you can afford it, it's close. All those things are really important. We have a lot of people who drop out of gyms because they're too far away, the commute is too difficult, it's too expensive, they don't have support at home. So there's a bunch of thinking to be done around exercise to make sure it is going to work for you, and you have all those ducks lined up. But if you do and it works, then the gym is one of the ideal venues to start a movement or an exercise program because everything is there. It's in a safe environment. You've often got professional support, and so you can go there and do everything you need to do rather than equipping yourself at home or having 2 or 3 places to go to. So it is ideal. Now, a lot of gyms, you said you might invest in a personal trainer. Some people love that. And I think Yeah, I think we all would, in the perfect world, love to have someone standing next to us, giving us motivation, guidance, education, support while we exercise. That'd be ideal, but we can't often afford that all the time. We may not want that, but a lot of people say, I need a personal trainer, and a personal trainer, if they're good, will do everything for you. We'll design the program, take you through the program, and then guide you through it every time you turn up. And that's one way of starting a movement program.
But there's a lot of gyms, Mike, where that's not offered.
Absolutely.
So a lot of the 24-hour gyms now, which you know we're seeing more and more 24-hour gyms, they're great because they give you the flexibility. You can go in when you want.
But there's no one there.
There's nobody there to help you. And in some ways that's good.
Yes.
Some people, if they're just starting out,
Yes.
they actually like being able to just go and do their own thing and not having somebody watching over them.
Yes.
Just let me get used to it, let me figure it out, let me make some progress. So if I'm one of those people, so I've joined a gym, it's a 24/7, there isn't a personal trainer, and I really don't know where to start. How can I put my program together, Mike? What should I do? What should I include?
So I think the first thing, you've got to have a little bit of knowledge, because you've got to understand a little bit about your program and why you're doing it. So let's walk through some of the fundamentals of a program, so that when you're doing it, you're coming from a place of, I understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I've trained many people who just literally have their program card in front of them and they're reading it verbatim, but if you actually ask them why they're doing it, they'll have no knowledge. They're just following a menu, for want of a better term,
100%.
without any understanding of what to do. So if you're looking to get a program for yourself, you want to make sure that the program is a full body program.
Cool.
So what that means is we know that spot reduction or work in particular areas won't necessarily burn fat or develop those areas specifically if you're looking for overall wellness or overall health.
So if I'm on this diet, I've got onto the keto lifestyle now, I'm looking to lose weight, I've got a lot of belly fat.
Yes.
What am I going to do? Can I get rid of that belly fat?
You can over time, but what you can't do is expect to do 100 sit-ups or a bunch of exercises on your belly, which is what we call spot reduction, and get the belly down just by working on that area.
So what you're saying is you basically got to work on everything together.
You do.
And gradually you'll get your whole body in better shape, better tone, and better cardio, performance.
And most people have a problem area, so most people have an area they really want to work on. But if we think about our entire body, every part of our body needs some sort of conditioning, whether it's the legs for our wellness and our posture, whether it's our lower back to make sure we don't get lower back problems, the upper body for posture, for lifting. So all those parts of the body still need to have exercise as part of their program, even though the belly is the bit I'm really concerned about.
Right, so first thing is we've got to do this full body.
We do.
So if we're going to do a full body routine, where do we start? What's the first thing I need to do when I'm going to the gym?
Sure. So if you're walking into a typical gym and you're starting a program, most of the time you're not warmed up or ready to start exercise.
So I might say to you, Mike, it's a really hot day outside.
Yes.
I've been outside, I feel really warm. Aren't I ready to start exercising?
You're not. You're in a better shape than if you've just walked out of snow,
Right.
which your body's going to be a little bit colder, a little bit stiffer and tighter. But even if you are from a warm climate or you are warm, you still need to warm your body up internally, which means some sort of movement, some sort of exercise, some sort of walking, some sort of cycling, some sort of stretching, some sort of mobility work to get your body warm and make sure the muscles and the joints are ready for the next level of activity.
Okay, so essentially what we're saying is we're going to do a little bit,
Yes.
nowhere near as intense as our main program, but we're just going to do a bit to get the body moving.
Yes.
And to let the body know, hey, it's okay, we're about to do some exercise.
Yep.
Let's see if we've got any sore bits, any bits that are a bit restricted in movement. Just work through maybe a few stretches, and maybe what would you recommend? Maybe some walking on a treadmill, something like that?
Yeah, so if you're just doing a general program, you might do some walking on a treadmill, then some stretching for the upper body and legs. And that might be just a very simple general warm-up.
Yep.
But if you know what you're going to be doing in the main workout, you may do a warm-up that's specific to that.
Cool.
So if you were doing squats in your main workout, you might do some light squats without any weights as part of your warm-up. So that particular activity was done in the warm-up and your body's ready for the squats with weights.
So in other words, don't go straight into it. Either do a lighter version first, or just do it all with body weight initially. So we've done a warm-up. Let's say we've gone to the gym, done 10 minutes on the treadmill, just some kind of walking.
And we feel better mentally, then you're in the right space.
Yeah, so we're in the zone. We've got ourselves focused. Right, I'm here at the gym. I'm here for the next hour.
Yes.
I'm going to do my warm-up for 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to spend the first quarter of my time, I'm going to spend that just getting my body ready to exercise.
Yes.
So quarter of our time's gone, we've warmed up, we feel good. What's the next step, Mike?
So then you've got different types of exercise. So there's obviously the resistance training, which is anything you're doing where you're resisting, the muscles are resisting. So it could be using some free weights or machines. There's some cardiovascular training.
Yep.
So that's when you're getting the heart rate up and getting the blood flowing and working on the fitness level. And then you've got some mobility, which is your stretching and your flexibility and your stability type work. So you've got those elements as well. So what we're looking to do is to make sure that we target the entire body, ideally, and we include some elements of resistance, some cardiovascular and some flexibility, mobility work.
Cool. So let's take the first one first. Let's take that resistance. So when you talk about resistance training, Mike, there are different ways to do that, true? We've got weights machines, so we've got all those big machines in the gym.
Yes.
Then we've got free weights and we've got bars. Where do I start?
Well, you start by understanding the principle of resistance training is that you're putting the muscles into resistance. So you're giving your muscles a weight or a resistance of some type that forces them to work under resistance. By doing that, it then encourages that muscle to develop strength, or it could develop bulk, or it could develop size depending on the type of resistance you're using. So in simple terms, if I'm a bodybuilder, I want high levels of resistance, heavy weights, and lower repetitions. If I just want to develop a muscle tone and a bit of muscle strength, I would be looking for moderate weights and more repetitions.
So just to put it in layman's terms initially, so when we talk about resistance training, we're essentially talking about what a lot of people would say strength training.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're essentially going to use either our body's own weight,
yes,
or the weight that's in machines or dumbbells or bars to train our muscles. So we're really training the muscles, and this is where, if I am overweight and I'm looking to lose weight, or I'm not toned, this is going to tone my muscles up.
It is.
And if I can go a bit beyond that, maybe it's going to help me develop some muscles. Now, a lot of people have the concern, Mike, that, if I go to the gym, I'm going to bulk up. I'm a girl, I'm going to bulk up, I'm going to get all muscly and my dresses are not going to fit me. And all that work I'm doing to lose weight is perhaps going to be undone because I'm going to have a bit of an ugly body shape.
Yeah.
What's your view?
It won't happen, essentially, if you follow a light weights program that just gives you enough resistance where you can comfortably do, say, 15 repetitions of a particular activity. You're never going to get to the stage where you're starting to tear the fibre and rebuild the fibre and making it a larger muscle. So if you keep the weights fairly light, the benefit is you're going to shunt the blood through the body, so it's actually going to get that metabolism working. So you're actually going to up your heart rate, improve your fitness, and probably assist in your weight loss. You are going to tone the muscle, but there is no fear of building muscle and getting that size that you want with the body fat over the top, which might make you feel uncomfortable.
Cool. So if we're thinking about that main block of our exercise program, that might be 30 minutes, let's say. So we've done the 15-minute warm up.
Yes.
We've got maybe a 30-minute block. And if I'm going to go to the gym, let's say 3 or 4 times in a week,
yes,
because most people won't get there every day. So let's say I choose to go 3 or 4 times. How would I divide the body up?
Yeah.
And would I do everything every day, or would I do bits of my body each day?
So if you have the luxury of going 3 or 4 times a week, it would be ideal to break the body up insofar as you might do a day of just upper body type exercises and everything above the waist. You might do shoulders, arms, chest, back, and have a routine. And then the next day you might do some lower body activities, squats, lunges, leg curls, leg extensions. So a bunch of activities there. So when you come in on a Monday, you're doing lower body, then you come back on a Tuesday and you're doing upper body.
Cool.
So the 2 days don't clash with each other.
Cool.
What you want to try and avoid is coming in on a Monday and doing a full body workout and then coming back on a Tuesday and trying to do the same workout again when your body's still repairing and recovering from your Monday workout.
Right.
So either have a space in between,
Yep.
or alternate with some different activities on the consecutive days.
So basically we're saying don't do the same thing 2 days in a row.
No.
Because you're going to start damaging
You
that
are.
part of the body.
Your
Is
body,
that true?
yeah, your body does need a rest, regardless of the type of weight you're lifting. It is ideal if you're doing resistance or weight training to give your body a rest from that particular muscle that you've worked in that workout for at least 24 hours before you hit that muscle group again.
And I guess, a lot of people will look and they'll see elite athletes who train 2 and 3 times a day, and they train 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And the difference we're talking about here is we're talking about the average person going to the gym who perhaps isn't used to an exercise program, who's got to build up,
Yes.
gradually work up to going more and more.
Yes.
And also they don't have the luxury of the massages and the ice baths and the recovery.
No.
They don't just get to sit all day on the couch
Yes.
recovering. They've got a busy life as well. So you've got your busy life, so go to the gym, work one area of the body, do that each time, work a different area the next time, and gradually work around the body. And then, as you said, you're going to get that full body conditioning, right?
You are.
So we've done some exercises, and we might do perhaps 4 to 8 different sets of exercises.
You might. So depending on your time. So some people are time poor. They may only have 45 minutes. So they might do 5 or 10 minutes to warm up. They might do 20 or 30 minutes as the middle piece, and then might have 5 or 10 at the end. But that middle piece might be the amount of time they've got for their weight training or their resistance training. So you might get in 4 sets or 5 sets of exercises. Remembering, if you're doing, say, 15 of one particular exercise, you're probably going to go off and do something else and come back and do another 15. So you're probably going to do 2 or 3 sets of each of the activities to repeat it, to get the benefit of that particular exercise. And doing that 4 or 5 exercises, that could take you 30 minutes if you follow that process.
Cool. So basically we might take 4 exercises, do each one of those exercises for 15 repetitions,
Yes.
and then cycle back through that entire set again. So
Lots of different ways to do it,
2
but that's
sets.
certainly one way of doing it, just to keep moving and keep the variety up. But some people will do the same exercise 3 times with a break. Some people pair it up with another exercise. So depending on what the equipment availability and your expertise, but that's certainly one way. Go through once, go a second time, then maybe a third time, and that would be an ideal complete body program for the 20 or 30 minutes.
Because that's going to keep you moving, isn't it? It's going
Absolutely.
to keep you moving, keep your heart rate up.
Yep.
You're not going to be tempted to sit down and have a rest.
Sitting is not your friend unless you're trying to build muscle.
You're not going to sit and chat. You know,
Yes.
if you keep going from exercise to exercise,
Yeah.
then you keep yourself moving, keep going, and before you know it, 20, 30 minutes is gone in a flash.
For a general fitness program, absolutely.
So I've done my bit of resistance training.
Yep.
And what about, do I do some cardio then? Do I maybe jump on a bike or
Yeah.
do a bit of running? Would that help, or is
Bunch
that
of
not
different ways.
needed?
Well, there's a bunch of different ways. I mean, the ideal of cardio and the purpose behind cardio, aside from developing your fitness level, is to elevate the heart rate. And we're elevating the heart rate to improve our fitness, but also to assist with body fat burning. So we're getting the heart rate up. Now, if you can do a weights program without any rest in between, and you're pumping the muscles through, pumping your blood and muscles in the gym, you're probably going to get some cardio benefit. So you're actually going to get similar benefit to being on a bike.
So that might be enough.
Might be enough, or you might do a couple of weights exercises and jump on a bike for 2 or 3 minutes in the gym, in the program, and get the heart rate up. Another couple of weights exercises, then onto a rowing machine, so you can intersperse it during the program.
So mix it up a bit.
Mix it up. We can do some at the beginning, some in lots of different ways. In essence, what we're trying to do is get the heart rate up to a little bit higher than what it is at the moment. So you want to double that resting heart rate a little bit and keep it going up. Keep it there for a period of time to assist with your fitness and your fat burning.
So I guess a lot of old style programs would be lots and lots of cardio. People get on a treadmill
Yes.
and they'd run at a slow pace
Yes.
for an hour. What's your view on that?
I think these days, and the people tuning in, everyone has their own opinions on exercise. And certainly back in the day when I started training people, 30 years ago, we used to do these very high intensity programs, and we'd flog people literally for an hour. Because we believed back then that was the way to do it. And sort of exercise over the time has had many iterations. These days we know that it's important to tailor the exercise program for the individual. So it doesn't mean everyone is going to benefit from the high intensity training. We know the primary purpose of exercise is to get people moving, improve their fitness, improve their toning, improve their well-being. The program should be designed to achieve that. There's no point doing a high intensity program for someone who's just new to the gym. If they're sore, if they're injured, and if they never come back, then we're out the door. We've lost our purpose.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've gone to the gym. We've done the bit of warm up. We've done our main bit, which is typically the resistance, might be interspersed with a bit of cardio.
Yes.
We've got our heart rate up, so we've got some good work on our muscles. We've done that toning.
And a drink of water too.
You've kept
Lots of hydration.
kept yourself hydrated. You've done a bit of cardio, and you're feeling good. Do we stop at that point, or is there something we do to finish the program off?
I'd recommend a beer.
A beer? Probably not. Not the ideal way to finish off.
No. So at the end of the workout, your body, if you've been working fairly hard, regardless of your fitness level, you're probably going to have an elevated heart rate. Your muscles are going to be quite warm, and you're not going to be in a state just to walk out the door and continue with your day. So there is a risk if you are in an exercise program, just to finish, grab your kit out the door into the cold weather or out the door and doing something else. So we do need to find a way to bring our bodies back into a more relaxed state,
Yep.
a similar state to we were when we walked in the door.
Makes sense.
So that means bring the heart rate back down. And while we're doing that, the ideal thing is to do some stretching and some flexibility and mobility. So use the last 5 minutes to bring the heart rate down, get to a comfortable level, stretch some of those muscles that you may have used in the workout, so that when you walk out the door, you're in a recovered state and you're feeling good for moving on.
It makes lots of sense. You've flushed everything through, brought your heart rate down, you're no longer bright red, you're maybe not sweating buckets, and you can walk away.
Absolutely.
So I guess, we would say less is more when it comes to exercise.
Yes.
More is more when it comes to movement.
Yes.
So we want you to move lots, so move throughout the day, do lots of movement as much as you can. Gentle, vigorous, whatever you like, incorporate movement into your daily life.
Yes.
But if you go to the gym, think less is more, do high quality, pick a routine that's going to work you hard, not overly hard, not too intense, but it's going to get your heart rate up, and do maybe, as you said, 30, 40, 45 minutes. And then put that program together, quick warm up, get yourself ready to exercise, main program with strength and cardio, and then cool yourself down at the end. By that point, the endorphins should be pumping.
Absolutely.
You should feel really good. You've got all the release of those brain boosting chemicals, mood boosting chemicals. You're probably going to feel pretty good, and then you can go out and enjoy the rest of your day or your evening.
Absolutely. Do what you love and love what you do when it comes to exercise, and you'll do it for life. It'll become part of your routine. It won't be one of these things you avoid and are always finding uncomfortable, because movement and exercise will just be something you do naturally as part of your wellness journey.
And then last bit of advice, if you are going to do some kind of gym routine, as we just talked about, is there any other advice around, do I do the same exercise all the time, every week?
Point. There is advice insofar as, ideally, depending on the individual, but most people find that after the first 30 days, 45 days of a program of any type, they're starting to get a little bit stale. So physically they're getting stale, they're doing the activity too easily and it's not challenging them. And mentally they're probably getting bored because it's quite repetitious.
So the body and mind have got used to it.
The body and mind have got used to it, and they're probably starting to cheat and not working as hard. So it's ideal at that sort of 4 to 6 week mark to have a look at your program and see if you can increase the intensity. It might be the number of repetitions, it could be the weight, or it could be a complete change of exercise just to re-stimulate the body and increase that level you're working at.
Cool. So if you've never been to the gym and you're thinking of having a go,
Yes.
there's a bit of advice as to how to get started, how to put a program together, and get some advice along the way. But don't be frightened of the gym. There's some great exercises you can do, and you can really support your tone, your body shape, and your feeling of well-being.
Great. Good luck in your peaks life.